Alrighties, let's do this. I've thought about starting a second channel for a long time, but I basically decided against it because effort. And I've always wanted my main channel to be somewhere that can be whatever I want it to be. You know, I can upload anything I want. But I think I finally realised that that ideal doesn't pair up with reality. So yeah, my friend said to me, start a second channel, make videos for yourself again. And I thought, you know what, I think that is actually what I need. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do. This channel is probably not going to be very good in a way I don't want it to be. It's going to be utterly self-indulgent. I wanted to talk about vulnerability on YouTube, portraying yourself in such a way as to make yourself vulnerable, to show your flaws, to be very open and honest. I had wanted my channel to be exactly whatever I wanted it to be. And so I had been working towards more honesty on my channel. Like, I'm not a very open person, and I wanted to work towards a place where I was honest in a way that, maybe not quite to that degree, but like how Dodie is. I mean, I don't want to give the impression that I've ever been dishonest on my channel. That's not the case either. But I feel that I was, you know, very gradually working my way towards that, and then that all changed in kind of 2 steps. The first one was when I uploaded my video on feminism, and because that introduced my channel to trolls and to shitheads, essentially, to sexists and misogynists and people who would send me death threats and would comb through my channel and comb through my videos purely to insult me and to make me feel shit. And before then, my channel had been a very happy place. Like, if I wanted to feel better about myself, I'd go and read my YouTube channel comments. Yeah, so that was a step. And then the second step that made me start to like falter in my end goal of being more honest was my Virgin poem. Obviously that one is quite honest. I kind of forget it though, like people are like, oh, it's a very personal poem, and I'm like, no, it's not. It is technically personal, it's talking about my experiences, but I always consider it more political. I wrote the poem not for me or about me. Imagine a snail climbing out of a shell very slowly, and then the feminist poem video made me go whoop, and then the Virgin poem made me go all back inside my shell again. And so yeah, the main reason is it did get me one hell of an audience. Like, everyone was saying how wonderful it was. They were like, oh my god, you've hit 10,000, congratulations. It doesn't feel like I've hit 10,000. I feel like I still have about 1,000 subscribers. In terms of views, in terms of engagement, I might as well have 1,000 subscribers. In many ways, I'd rather have 1,000 subscribers, which is both sad and off-putting, because it means that every single time I upload and I don't get the views or I don't get the comments, it's not even just the numbers, it's just the fact that, like, I feel like I'm not doing enough because they're subscribed but they're not watching, and that's not what it used to be. It used to be that people subscribed and they watched. So I got a much bigger audience. I know they're not generally watching the videos, but they are there. I have got a bigger potential audience, and that is at the back of my mind all the time. And having a bigger audience so suddenly, rather than sort of easing myself into it, has made me kind of, I feel, go back into my shell. I should stop saying honesty because I've never been dishonest. I mean openness and vulnerability. I'm not a particularly open person, like, at all. I don't talk about my problems, but the question is, should I be an open person? Would it be better for me? I think there is a potential it would be, because being closed up hasn't necessarily been a good thing so far. Must I be an open person on YouTube? Like, there are people who are incredibly honest about their experiences with mental health or with anything, really. Race, it's good because they're making themselves vulnerable, which makes other people feel better because they know, you know, they're not alone. It's that typical idea, and also, like, it's educational in a way that textbooks can't be. When people are really open and honest about experiences, you learn stuff about people and empathy. So that's a brilliant thing, but obviously there are also YouTubers who you don't know anything about, really. I think there's a certain line here where I'm a songwriter and I'm a poet, like, I make art, and I feel like when you make art you kind of have to be more honest. If you're a gamer or if you're a comedian, I'm talking very generally here, it's not always the case, your content doesn't require it. Whereas I think if you're writing songs, there is a sort of element that you need to be, like, open and vulnerable. If I want to be like that, then I need to be more open to being open. But then for a long time I was like, well, that's not me. I'm not an open person. I don't talk about these things. Why should I? I have no obligation to. And that's absolutely true. I don't have any obligation to. But I think this urge to share, we find ourselves like admitting things and we're like, why are we doing this? I think Tom Scar and Ash Hardell made a video about it recently. I think the urge to share is because, oh God, it sounds so cliche, but the internet really is like a safe space. I mean, it's not. It's away from people in real life. And there is a culture on the internet of sharing and of being brutally honest. And, you know, if everyone else is doing it, then it gives you an urge to share, because I think people do want to talk about things. And so I think that urge to share appears on the internet because you can. But basically what I'm saying, there's no obligation to share on the internet, but I think the often very intense urge to do so is valid in itself. It would have been different for me, like because I'm not open with like family or friends about stuff. Being open on the internet would have been an outlet. I think the word here is outlet. It's just about having this space away from people. And this is the problem that's happened with my other channel now. It's not my space anymore. It's a place where there's trolls, like resident trolls. There is this one guy who watches every single video religiously just to say something shitty about it. It's a space where a lot of people in my real life watch it. So many people at my university now know about it, and it's kind of got a life of its own now. People I know in real life are telling other people I know in real life that I have a channel, and they're going away and watching it, and then they're messaging me about it, and it's like, oh my God, because though my generation like know about YouTube, so if I started making really open videos about whatever, they wouldn't be like weirded out by the concept, I don't think. But that still doesn't change the fact that I would then have to see them in real life. So therefore, being open on my channel, I might as well be open in real life, which is way too much for me. That's what, again, why I'm making this. And I think, as long as I don't promo it too hard, I'm not planning to, I don't really care if no one watches this video. This is more about me, which is so selfish and indulgent. I haven't done that. Yeah, I'm hoping that this channel will be like away from people I know in real life. Back to just the people who understand like that internet culture of sharing. Does that make sense? I don't know if it makes sense. A subset of people in real life knowing my channel is my mum. Like, my mum religiously watches all my videos. She messages me about them. I love her so much. I do, and I appreciate the fact she supports me so much. And I know how much it means to her to be able to watch my videos, but I don't like her being able to watch my videos at all, and I can't tell her that because she doesn't see me anymore because I'm at university, so it's like her way of still seeing me around kind of thing. Just her reactions to it are kind of annoying and just shows she doesn't understand the internet culture kind of thing. If I was really open on my channel, my mum would literally be like, what the fuck are you doing? I didn't know this, so why should other people know this? Like, what are you doing kind of thing. She messaged me about certain videos where she was like, oh, you seemed really sad in this one. And I was like, okay, I wasn't. But she thinks it's completely wrong to be sad. She wants me on my channel to always be like happy and bubbly and like, oh yeah, hello guys, I'm going to sing a song for you. Here's a nice happy song. And if I sing sad songs, she gets annoyed and she wants more happy stuff because she just doesn't get it. It's weird because, like I said, I've never been dishonest on my channel, but I watched some old videos of mine recently and I was like, that's kind of fake. I mean, it's not fake. My friends have said this too. They said that when they watch my videos, it's like, it's still me. It's just kind of an extra version of me. And there's no denying, like, when I make a video, I treat it like a performance, which I think is kind of fine for music and for certain things. I mean, like, it's fine. It's fine. It's not dishonest. It's just, you know, like I said, like, if I'm boring on camera, no one's gonna watch me. Like, that's reasonable. But then it also means that I have this weird thing that I go back and watch these videos that I'm like, oh yeah, that's me. That's my video. And I watch it and I'm like, who is this person? And yeah, my mum's making me very aware of that kind of thing. No, the main thing I actually wanted to talk about was insecurities. You know, the implications of vulnerability. To be vulnerable on YouTube is to admit your flaws, to admit your insecurities. Though I really hate to admit it, the big audience and the trolls and the haters, for want of a better word, misogynists, have put me off from wanting to admit my insecurities. Because when I've got those people that attack me so much and so easily, and at the moment they're just guessing at my insecurities, you know, they make fun of my hair and I'm like, mate, it's just not gonna work because I like my hair. So if I go around saying stuff like recently I've really been struggling feeling the validity of my own voice. Kind of one of the reasons I haven't been making videos recently is partly because I've been really busy, But if I'm honest, I could have fit it in if I'd really tried. Like, I would have probably almost died. But if I'd really cared, if I'd really wanted to, I could have made videos. But I didn't, because I haven't felt my own voice is valid. And so I can't go admitting stuff like that in some open video on my main channel. The trolls and the haters will just hone in on it. You know, they'll just be like, oh, well, that's because you don't. You're just a whiny feminist. Though I hate to admit it, no, I don't think I could cope with that. If I've got this internal voice, this incredibly strong internal voice at the moment telling me no one cares about your opinions and your opinions don't matter, I'm not going to be able to cope with external voices telling me that too. And the other thing that troubles me about being honest on YouTube is there's so often so many like weird conventions. Like, I can make this video appear more honest with two simple things. First one, boom, zoomed into my face. That means I'm being really honest now. Honest videos, like where people talk about mental health or whatever, they're always really close, or maybe not quite that close, maybe like here. You know, they're always like really, but you know, the only reason I would do that rather than, where was I before? Here. This is no less honest, and yet. And the other thing, if at the end of the video, when people like leave in, turning off the microphone and turning off the camera, people are like, oh, this is such an honest video. Literally all they've done is they just haven't deleted a bit at the end. And so the fact that there's these kind of like weird conventions and cultures, I suppose, around being honest and vulnerable on YouTube makes the whole thing feel very strange to me. Like, it kind of feels fake. Yeah, so this video does not come to, what is this? Video does not come to a conclusion. Doesn't even serve a purpose. Like, but that bugs me. You know, you like to think of yourself as really strong, and I think of myself as strong sometimes. Once I started getting all these trolls and stuff, I was like, I don't care. This is why I need to do what I do. It doesn't, not gonna let it affect me. But it has affected me. I can't deny it anymore. Like, I think it's affected me more than I've realised as well. I did carry on for a long time, but it did make an effect on how I made my videos. Like, every video I make, I'll sort of be thinking, is there anything in this that could be picked up on? And that fucking sucks, because that means they've won. And I don't fucking want them to win. Basically, I want to be more vulnerable. I want to be open and honest. But I feel like it's a waste of time or something. I don't know. Fucking. And this is the point where I turn off the camera, but don't edit it out, because it's more open that way.